Hello, my name is Chuck Neff, and my colleague is John Donnell. John and I are co-hosts of an innovative new communications concept entitled the Oldsmobile Par Excellence Information Network.
This network is a broad reference to the different media used to communicate new product information to Oldsmobile sales and service people, as well as to customers. And this particular disc is specifically designed for salesperson and service advisor training.
You'll also want to have the complete 1986 Delta 88 story. This latest generation of front-wheel drive, full-size cars is an important addition to the Oldsmobile lineup. And here again, you need to know it inside and out.
And nationally recognized automotive sales consultant Tom Merrill will take a look at the Par Excellence customer survey to see what your customers are saying about you. You'll also hear Tom talking about using the new glove compartment portfolio during your delivery of a new Oldsmobile.
There is no one single best source of new product information. You'll need to review the Consumer Information video disc as well as this training disc several times. You'll learn a little more each time you see it. You'll also want to use your sales handbook, product catalogs, the owner's manuals, and your advanced new product training guide as well. And don't forget, a test drive is a must. That's the only way to experience what we mean by that special Oldsmobile feeling.
So, when the index appears, select the program of your choice. Pay close attention. Learn all that you can. Tell your prospects all that you know. And that's the way of making 1986 your next great sales year.
If you wanted to create a successor to one of the top-selling, most affordable, full-size, six-passenger cars, and you wanted it to have the latest engineering technology as well as superior performance, chances are it would be the latest Oldsmobile innovation, the all-new 1986 Oldsmobile Delta 88 Royale.
As you will see and hear, this is a special kind of car with special features, special benefits, special styling, special Oldsmobile value. The great-looking, full-size, six-passenger sedan will target our traditional Delta 88 owners, along with attracting those high-tech people who seem to stay at the leading edge of trends. The coupe, a dramatic departure with a strong international flavor, will expand the Delta 88's appeal to a younger audience. No doubt, this new Delta 88 will win you many new customers.
Whether it's the traditional full-size car owner or a buyer moving up in style and prestige, it's very important to thoroughly present the outstanding new features and benefits, as well as giving every prospect a test drive. The traditionalist will be highly impressed with the new Delta 88's interior spaciousness and comfort. The trendsetter will find it to be an exceptional road car in either sedan or coupe.
As with every Oldsmobile, it's vital to know it inside and out. So pay close attention because there's a lot to know about the terrific new 1986 Delta 88 Royale.
Like all of the Olds 88s before it, this 1985 Oldsmobile Delta 88 has been among the best-selling, most affordable of all full-size family cars. Well, except for the full six-passenger room, for 1986, everything is new, different, and exciting. This is the brand new front-wheel drive 1986 Oldsmobile Delta 88 Royale. It's the most dramatic change in this traditional bestseller since 1977, when so-called big cars lost a lot of bulk and weight. It's the first of a whole new generation of Oldsmobiles to have the coveted 88 nameplate. And just as the first one was in 1949, this latest edition is a car of destiny. Rich in the Oldsmobile tradition of engineering innovation and leadership. And that's just part of what you have to sell in this new car. The new Delta 88 Royale is loaded with features, benefits, and value. It's the most efficient Delta 88 ever, and from the outside it may appear to be the smallest. That's a matter of perspective, and you'll want to handle any such misconception quickly and finally. Compared to its predecessor, this four-door sedan is shorter by 22.1 inches, narrower by 4.2 inches, and lower by 2 inches. It weighs about 329 pounds less. That's about 3 of me. If we were talking about this kind of resizing 10 or 12 years ago, the interior compartment would also have been significantly smaller. But not today. In the front seat, the headroom is less by 6/10 of an inch. That much. Legroom is actually greater by that much, 2/10 of an inch. And shoulder room is a little less by 1.3 inches. That much. And you must admit, that's not very much. In the rear, it's the same story. Headroom is 38.2 inches, and that's what it was in 1985. Legroom is less by a ½ inch. That much. And shoulder room is less by 1.4 inches. Big deal. Frankly, once they've had a chance to get inside and try it on, I think 6 full-size adults will be too busy talking about the great performance and comfort of the new Delta 88 to notice a 1/10 of an inch here or there. This new Oldsmobile is the kind of car salespeople dream about having to sell. In addition to good looks, it has all of the features and benefits which come with the latest application of computer-age design and engineering technology. These may not appear to be new features to you, but let me remind you, many of your prospects will be driving 3- or 4-year-old rear-wheel drive cars. Front-wheel drive will be all new to them. And as important as offering a thorough feature benefits presentation, you'll want to get these prospects behind the wheel of a new Delta 88 Royale. That's where they'll fall in love with this great new Oldsmobile.
You're so right, Linda. The key to selling every Oldsmobile is an on-the-road demonstration drive. And this is especially true for those who've never driven a front-wheel drive car. Of course, the Delta 88 Royale is an all-new car. And there are all kinds of great features under the hood. Each Delta 88 has its own custom-built wiring harness for less congestion. There are no unused wires, and the whole system is better controlled with more direct routing. The standard engine is a powerful 3-liter multi-port fuel-injected V6. You'll want to explain that the multi-port fuel injection system eliminates the need for a carburetor, that a computer-directed fuel management system precisely meters fuel into the combustion chambers for improved efficiency. For more power and performance, there's a new 3.8-liter V6, which has a more sophisticated sequential fuel injection, or SFI, system. You'll want to present both of these engines out on the road. That's where their performance can be appreciated best. Better fit and finish quality is a result of fewer exterior body panels than rear-wheel drive cars, which reduces the number of fit points. The use of a master cube system during the assembly process reduces variances for consistent quality. The finish of the new Delta 88s is the result of treating all sheet metal with anti-corrosion sealers and primers before the final multi-coat high-gloss enamel paint is applied. Don't forget to present these facts. They add value. The new wedge-shaped design of the Delta 88 makes it much more aerodynamically efficient. And as Linda explained, there's very little difference in interior space. You'll want to mention the many standard comfort and convenience features. Air conditioning and AM/FM stereo radio with digital clock are standard. And high-tech features such as an electronic instrument panel cluster, auto calculator, and voice reminder systems are all available to add to the sheer pleasure of driving this new Oldsmobile. People who want full-size room for 6 also want room for all the things that 6 people bring along. And with a capacity of over 16 cubic feet, there's lots of room back here. And in case you're wondering, the spare tire is stowed in a well beneath the trunk floor. That added a bit more useful cargo space. Well, Linda, we've covered a few of the highlights of these great new Oldsmobiles.
Right, Tom, just a few. There are well over 60 standard features and even more available features, which will make this new Delta 88 Royale a joy to sell.
There's also an exciting new coupe with a style all its own. And with both sedan and coupe available in Brougham models, there's a new Delta 88 Royale to suit just about anyone.
pleased to welcome to the Oldsmobile Par Excellence Information Network a gentleman with whom you are familiar, nationally recognized automotive sales consultant, Tom Merrill.
Thank you, Chuck. It's a pleasure for me to be a part of this Par Excellence Information Network presentation, especially to discuss one of my favorite topics, the professional practice of salesmanship.
I'm sure that many of you remember Tom from his excellent analysis and commentary of the Oldsmobile Professional's 7-step features and benefits presentation. Tom is with us to look at how Oldsmobile certified sales consultants are meeting the mutual commitment to complete customer satisfaction.
Now, as a preference to our discussion, remember that the professional approach to selling begins with a personal commitment to 3 tenets. First, the professional practitioner is competent. Secondly, the professional practitioner has a desire to serve his customers. And thirdly, the professional practitioner follows a code of personal ethics. Now, I recognize that these are very high standards, but I'm absolutely convinced that if you really want to become the best, if you really want to enjoy what you're doing, then you have to master the skills of selling. You have to have a thorough knowledge of your product and your competitive product, and you have to genuinely want to be of service to your customer. And finally, you must always be ethical.
Tom, it seems to me that those basic principles are applicable to anyone in whatever field. If you approach any job or career with that kind of commitment, you should be successful.
Chuck, that's absolutely true. And using those tenets as our building blocks, here's what it takes to be a most successful Oldsmobile certified sales consultant. You must take a genuine interest in your customers, understand their needs, and make them feel important. You have to provide counseling and guidance in helping them choose the right automobile and the right equipment. You must know product features and benefits and present those benefits as values. Remember, people buy their perception of value. You must negotiate price and close the sale in a businesslike manner. You should make a delivery an important event, utilizing the Par Excellence delivery checklist, presenting the new glove box portfolio, and following the fuel fill procedure. And follow up and serve after the sale. Now here again, the professional practice of selling requires some very high standards. But it's been my experience that these are the characteristics of the consistently successful Oldsmobile certified sales consultants.
Well, Tom, Oldsmobile dealers and their salespeople have set enviable sales records over the past 10 years, and this certainly indicates they're doing something right.
Chuck, they are doing a lot of things right. But the competition from other manufacturers and other salespeople is tough and intense. And the only way to remain the leader is to continue to strive to be the very best. And with the Par Excellence Sales Professionals Program, believe me, it's easier to be the best. If you use the professional approach to selling and all of the sales aids that Oldsmobile has made available, then you'll certainly enhance your opportunities to be successful. And Oldsmobile salespeople and Oldsmobile dealers can be proud of their performance.
Of course, sales records are but one measurement of success. It takes quality products, and it also takes completely satisfied customers. And Oldsmobile has a good source of finding out how we're doing. I'm referring to the Par Excellence Customer Questionnaire, which gives new Oldsmobile customers the opportunity to evaluate a salesperson's performance from the time they're greeted through delivery and follow-up. By and large, the results indicate that Oldsmobile certified sales consultants are doing an excellent job, but there are still areas which can use improvement, and no one is better qualified to give us a few tips on how to become better than Tom Merrill.
Chuck, actually, there's someone that's better, and that's the customer. The customer who is the only one, the only expert, who really knows what he or she expected and received during the selling process, and their perception is reality. Now, the questionnaire offers us an accurate source for finding out what their perceptions really are, for finding out what we did right and what we did wrong. And when we know that, then we know exactly what we have to do to improve.
Tom, here are the most recent national results of the customer survey, and they seem impressive. An overall rating of 92 is pretty good.
Good, yes. And I'm convinced maybe better than most competition. But still, it's not as good as it can be. And we can use this survey to show us exactly where we need to improve. For example, let's look at just the scores which are 90 or less on this recent national ranking report. For the year, the lowest rating is 58 in response to question 19. Did your salespeople contact you after the delivery to determine your satisfaction?
That score is quite low in comparison with the other questions. Any comments or advice as to how to improve that?
Chuck, this is one of those situations that's really difficult to understand why it's not 100%. You know, it's after the sale when the customer needs us most. He or she needs to feel that they made the right decision. You'll recall when I was talking about the perspectives, that after the sale, the customer needs to have us reinforce that they made the right decision. And you know, it only takes 2 or 3 minutes to call a new customer, and there's probably not any other single thing a salesperson or a dealer can do, including advertising, that will do more to develop long-lasting, profitable relationships with customers. You want the customer service business for as long as he or she owns the car. You want to sell them their next new Oldsmobile, and you want them to refer other prospects to you. And there's plenty of research that tells us customers want to be followed. They want the personal interest of their salesperson and their dealership. One of the most important ways to make this happen is with follow-up after the sale.
We all know that follow-up is a key part of the Oldsmobile professional approach, but what are the recommended steps?
First, send a thank you card or letter. Now let me urge you to make it personal. Don't use word processing. Write it in your own handwriting. That's the first step. After that, follow the new owner by phone or in person. Thank the customer for buying from you again and from your dealership. Don't ask for referrals, but do ask about the new Oldsmobile. If there is even the slightest problem, act quickly to get the car in and to have it corrected. Now after that, after you've made that initial contact either by phone or in person, then you want to follow up within the next 2 or 3 weeks and contact the individual in order to ask for referrals. After that, make telephone contacts or personal contacts on a regular basis. Check on the car. Make yourself available to help with any service needs. And this is when you continue to ask for referrals. And remember, follow up immediately on any leads. And when you sell to a referral, don't forget to thank the customer who sent him. Of course, many salespeople continue to use mail follow-up in combination with phone calls as long as the owner has the automobile. Everything you do to maintain contact with your owners helps.
Doesn't sound like follow-up takes much work.
Chuck, it really doesn't. And it always pays off. You know, in general, it appears that Oldsmobile certified sales consultants are doing a great job selling the car. The responses to questions 1 through 10 indicate this very strongly.
That's true. In the sometimes sensitive area of price negotiation or closing, 97% agree it was handled in a business-like manner, and 96% say they'll buy from the same salesperson again. Obviously, the difficult is being done successfully, and the salespeople are making a very favorable impression with their customers. So why not follow up with a phone call, or even better, in person? It's the best investment you can make. The next area that's pretty low is question 12. Did your salesperson review with you the contents of the owner's manual? The response was only 79% affirmative.
Chuck, if we may, let's review the entire delivery process, which really encompasses survey questions 11 through 18. These are the extra effort things that will bring customers back again and again. First, it's important to make the delivery of a new Oldsmobile a very special occasion. It tells the new customer he or she purchased the right car from the right salesperson at the right dealership. It says in no uncertain terms that you care about that customer. And this is not just a Tom Merrill opinion. Research shows that the most critical issue affecting a new customer's satisfaction is the quality of the new car delivery. And unlike product information, which must be studied and learned, Oldsmobile makes delivery easy with a detailed, specific, step-by-step, par excellence delivery checklist. It takes only a couple of minutes at most to fill in the vital information. And the way to assure that the new Oldsmobile is ready on time is to write down both the date and the time. Always allow for the time you will need to conduct your pre-delivery inspection before the customer comes. If anyone has to wait, let it be you, not your customer. And remember, having the car ready on time is just the first step. Using the delivery checklist, the salesperson should conduct the pre-delivery inspection before the scheduled delivery appointment. This will allow time for last-minute adjustments. Follow the list. Make certain that all pre-delivery service is completed and signed off on by the technician. Check the car over thoroughly. It should be spotless. Everything should operate properly. The warranty folder, owner information, and all other sales-related paperwork should be complete, and the key knockout plugs removed.
Here again, Oldsmobile makes it easy. The handsome new customer glove compartment portfolio, which will be used in most 1986 models, not only reflects the Oldsmobile's quality image, it conveniently holds everything needed for a proper delivery, including all of the documents and information you'll want to review with your customers.
When you make a special presentation of this really fine portfolio, simply review its contents right then. The owner's manual, warranty folder, and maintenance schedules are all there. Review each one. Go over the important points. Encourage your new customer to read each one in detail and to call you if ever there are any questions. And if it were me, I'd wait until this is done before I present the rest of the portfolio contents. The key fob, which will be registered for return in case it's lost, and the atlas, pad, and pen. If you do this, you'll notice tremendous improvement in the responses to questions 12, 13, and 14. The 79%, 90%, and 81% will move very quickly into the high 90s.
By the way, beginning with the 86 models, there will be a question on the customer survey which relates to the presentation of this portfolio to the customer. And this leads right into the next part of delivery, explaining the features and the options, how they work and operate.
You know, the average trading cycle is around 4 years. And when you think about all of the changes and new features made to most new cars over that time frame, well, you can imagine how overwhelming the new high-tech features will be. As an example, the new Toronado electronic systems can add immeasurably to a new customer's appreciation of the value of this fine new car, but only if everything is explained so that the customer perceives the value. If the delivery is planned and the salesperson is prepared, he or she simply moves easily and effortlessly from one phase to the next. After presenting the key fob and the keys, the next stop should be in the car. And after demonstrating how everything operates, inspect the entire car, inside, then outside.
And again, thanks to Oldsmobile, it's foolproof. Using the delivery checklist, simply go down the list and discuss each item with the customer. And don't forget, a final demonstration drive and filling the fuel tank. This is the sure way to give your customers that special Oldsmobile feeling. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3, and that can add up to 100% in your favor.
And up to the moment the customer drives away, the job will have been done professionally. But remember, it doesn't end there. The responses to question 20 are high, 96%. And while that's good, follow-up can make it 99 or even 100. Of course, you should never forget the objective is not just to attain an ever higher report card from your customers. The objective is to live up to your commitment to total customer satisfaction. It's not only a common sense objective, it's a dollars and cents objective. It's an assurance of sales, profits, and commissions, now and for the future. There was a time near the end of Dr. Albert Schweitzer's life that he was talking to a business audience, and he said to the group, "I have no idea what your ultimate destiny will be, but this I do know, the only ones among you who will be genuinely happy are those who have sought and found a way to serve." Serving is the professional approach to selling. Serving is the way of par excellence sales professionals.
Well said, and thank you, Tom, for sharing your expertise with us.